Had some pretty interesting conversations down at the wet market, and of course I got a chance to speak with some renowned Siu Mei masters. So I'm pretty excited to be making my own version of Char Siu. Now, from my conversations with the Kam family, what really hit me was what a legacy Siu Mei is, right? It's been passed on for generations to generations. If my recipe today is successful, it's something that I can pass on to my children. But the one ingredient I want to bring special attention to is this one. It's called maltose. And it's something that I picked up from Chef Lee because I've never worked with maltose before. And to be honest, I'm guessing most people don't even have this in their kitchen. Maltose is a Chinese ingredient that's often used for confectionaries and for these barbecued meats. It looks very much like syrup or honey, but it's actually got a much thicker viscosity. But surprisingly, it's not as sweet as honey. Now, if you just kind of touch it, it's so thick that it's actually hard to work with. That's why I've put it into hot water to soften it up, and that'll make it easier when I brush it onto the meats. And of course, because it sticks so well because of the viscosity, when it heats and starts to caramelize, it's gonna give it that really nice, crispy flavor, texture, and as well, the nice glaze that you see. And of course, we're gonna give the meat a nice massage. And because we don't have those fancy ovens that they have at the restaurants, I'm gonna make my own here by suspending this skewered meat on top of a tray. And that way, I can make sure that the wind from the convection oven gets on all sides, all right? All right, so the meat is in. I have the oven set at 200 degrees using the fan oven. I'm gonna put that in for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're gonna reduce the heat a little bit so that the meat will continue to cook without drying out. All right, looks like we're ready for roasting part 2. Woo-hoo. It's very, very thick, but with the hot water, it's softened up a bit. Oh, and the moment it makes contact with the Char Siu, it's much easier to brush on because it starts to melt immediately. Okay, like I said before, we're gonna turn the heat down a little bit. Had it at 200 before, I'm gonna turn it down to 170, and then we're gonna put it in for another 15 minutes. All right, pretty excited. It's looking pretty good, but because we don't have those industrial ovens, I'm gonna add a little bit of my personal touch. I have a torch here that's gonna simulate the heat from those ovens. I'm just gonna crisp it a little bit more to give it a little bit more of the black ends, a little bit of that charred flavor that all the shifus have been talking about. We're ready to plate this Char Siu and give it a taste. Now I'll tell you, this is definitely the best looking Char Siu I've ever made, thanks to the maltose. But is it the best tasting one I've ever made? Let's find out. My conversations with the chefs have paid off. Pretty good. Cheers.